Well, we all know the annual showdown between Oklahoma and Texas doesn't need much juice, but boy, the Longhorns might get some juice despite these pictures you're seeing now, because Saturday they're expecting to have their starting quarterback back, Quinn Ewers, for the first time since sustaining that injury there against UTSA back on September 14th. Of course, Arch Manning has been holding down the fort the past two games and keeping them perfect on the season. Meanwhile, the Longhorns have been able to combat some of those injuries we've seen this season. Outside of Ewers, others we might see on Saturday. He's not the only one. Sophomore safety Derek Williams Jr., who has missed the two contests with a hamstring injury, also listed as probable. In addition, Michael Kern, the deep snapper Tate Haver, as well as the running back Colin Page, listed as questionable. So maybe a little bright spot there when it comes to Longhorn, this big showdown with number 18 Oklahoma. With more in the Red River Rivals, let's bring in Chip Brown, who covers Texas for Horns 24/7. And Chip, you saw it there, Ewers. Maybe a lot of people want to circle at home as probable. And Steve Sarkisian seemed very optimistic on Monday. I'm curious, what have you learned since then about him being ready for Saturday?
Yeah, he's ready to go. He probably could have played against Mississippi State 2 weeks ago, but Steve Sarkisian wanted to be cautious. Obviously, they need Quinn Ewers for this gauntlet stretch. OU followed by Georgia, but OU, and this is a game that Quinn Ewers wants. He wants it badly because he did not have the game he wanted last year. It was really a weird game, kind of tale of two halves, 3 turnovers from Quinn Ewers, but then he completes a school record 19 straight completions and 26 of his final 28 in this game. Got his team the lead with 1:17 left, but the defense couldn't hold it. So Quinn Ewers wants to set the record straight in the DFW area where he's from, in nearby South Lake. So I'm hearing Quinn Ewers is chomping to get into this game.
As you mentioned, you could have been ready against that last game against Mississippi State. I'm curious, though, let's play a little devil's advocate. If he has some of that rust and doesn't look like he did 2 weeks ago, any chance we could see Arch Manning signing?
I mean, Steve Sarkisian's going to do whatever it takes to win this game. He's got the #1 team in the country. He knows the window is now. If he looks into Quinn Ewers' eyes and doesn't see it, he'll go to Arch Manning. And I'd be really surprised if that happens. I mean, I think Quinn Ewers has shown in these big games here at Alabama last year, against Michigan this year, that he loves these stages, and I think he's progressed to the point where he's absolutely the best option against a talented defense like Oklahoma. But if it's not there, Steve Sarkisian's going to do whatever it takes to win this game.
Yeah, Sark definitely having a problem that most colleges wish they had when you have 2 good quarterbacks there. But
Screaming from a yacht.
Yeah, exactly. Look, Oklahoma and Texas, look, this is a rivalry that extends back to their days in the Big 12 for quite some time. Now that it's shifted to the SEC, does it still have that same feeling, carry the same weight? Where do you see it right now?
Well, I think if Texas delivers, and if it's a great game, look, everybody's going to talk about it, and that's going to be great. But with Texas suddenly the #1 team in the nation after OU carried the flag for the Big 12 for really the majority of the 28 years of that league, winning 14 conference titles to Texas's 4. I'm sure OU fans are like, wait a minute, what's going on here? How is Texas now the team to beat? But that's a credit to Steve Sarkisian and his plan and the alignment at Texas. So, yeah, I think this game has huge relevance, and I think the SEC is ecstatic that this game has as much attention. And look, it is the greatest game day atmosphere in sports. I mean, I've covered Super Bowls, Final Fours, Wimbledon, the Masters. There is absolutely nothing like the Red River Shootout. Walking into the State Fair of Texas, you got 200,000 people clogging their arteries with fried food galore, and then another 100,000 walking through the fair to get to the Cotton Bowl that is divided at the 50, half burnt orange, half crimson. And that seating arrangement is what makes this game so unique. The sound does not go down in that stadium, no matter what's going on, until one team starts to exert dominance over the other. And that sound plays tricks on the players. When you've got the momentum, it lifts you up like Superman. When you're on the wrong side of that momentum, it can make you feel like you're drowning. And that's why this game has such wild pendulum swings, and it tends to go in streaks. And OU's up 11-4 in their last 15 meetings, and Texas needs to show up and start putting some W's in that series.
Something they can add, as you mentioned here, Saturday between those two, and I can't wait to see both, as you mentioned, the stadium split in half. Something everybody will be watching, including others in the SEC, because we've seen Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee all take an L not too long ago. But with that being said, is it safe to say that the Longhorns might be in the driver's seat of the conference?
Well, this is the stretch that everyone said, this is the SEC. When you have to play Oklahoma, every year, it's the most physical game that Texas plays in. And then you got to turn around and play Georgia, which could be a more physical game or equally physical game. That's the SEC. Well, Steve Sarkisian's salary went from $5.6 million to $10.3 million. And this is why he's going to earn the big bucks, because he's got to find a way to get these players to find it within themselves to pour everything they've got into the Cotton Bowl turf on Saturday and turn around and heal up and get ready for the Bulldogs.
Well, Chip, I want to hold the schedule up here for a second, because it might be a tough 3-game slate there. You saw that 3rd game, Vanderbilt. We just saw what happened. I just want to put that out there. Number 1 to land.
Isn't it something? I mean, for Texas to have that sort of cautionary tale happen before they go to Nashville.
Yep.
For them to be able to see Diego Pavea do what he did, and to see how Alabama, after coming off a huge emotional, physical win over Georgia, not have it the following week. I mean, it's, from a teaching standpoint, incredible teachable moment for the Longhorns.
Making it so much more interesting within that conference. And of course, Chip, before I let you go, I have to ask you the most important question. You already kind of touched on it a little bit. What is your go-to at the Texas State Fair? I'm curious, what are you clogging your arteries with?
Okay, for me, everybody loves the Fletcher's corny dogs with mustard. It's fantastic. But for me, it's the funnel cake bacon queso burger.
Oh, my goodness.
It is to die for. It's messy, but it is fantastic. Stay away from the fried beer. It tastes like hurl. So don't mess with the fried beer. It's terrible.
Oh, man. See, and I'm a vegan. I would stay away from everything. But I'm going to live through you.
Good plan. Good plan.
Chip Brown, appreciate it as always as we tap in Saturday, that game at 3:30 between Texas and Oklahoma. See you soon, my friend.
Okay. Take care. Thanks.
Don't forget our friends at 24/7. They always got you covered, including Chip and the crew. Wall-to-wall team coverage. Always recruiting ranks, because these kids are always committing, but also that transfer portal that might be a little shorter for some in the future.